What are we into?
Tide race colours. Okay.
But still very tight as we come through. There are, look at it? If we look from up on high, isn't that extraordinary? Just there's a few foot in it.
Well, it's
That's on
interesting.
the left-hand side. On the screen you can see at the moment is the next race, which is the double sculls race between Tyne and Tideway Scullers, because the race before between Tideway Scullers and Grosvenor has now finished, and we'll have to wait for the result, which Lizzie will get in just a couple of minutes. So let's have a look at this double sculls race. The two doubles just coming away from the island now. Just to remind you who we've got. We've got Tyne on the right-hand side of your screen, and we've got Tideway Scullers on the left-hand side of your screen. Have you got the names?
Yes.
The names are?
Where is it gone? Time? This is all too difficult. Number 14, crew number 136.
We've got Laura Clack and Amy Bauman from Tyne, and we've got Emily Waters and Bethan Wallace from the Tideway Sculling School. And at the moment, Tideway Scullers have about a half-length lead as they're just approaching us here. About a quarter of the race run at the moment. Tyne, of course, surprise, surprise, they're based up at Newcastle, and the lovely bit of river there, Tidal River. So both these, all these athletes train on tidal water.
It's interesting looking at the two techniques out of both crews. With the Tideway Scullers, they're just dropping it in and just getting a lever and pressing away with it. Whereas you see with the Tyne crew, they're really pressing on that finish. They're putting a little bit more acceleration through the second half of the stroke. So both crews are kind of slightly emphasis change, where one is on the front end and the other one is on the back end. So you can see it'll be interesting to see how this plays out further down the course.
And we were talking about this earlier, and in fact it's interesting. Coaches that are wedded to one or other technique will always stick by what they think is best. I must say, all my years on the Tideway, I always rode my crews off the finish, but a lot of crews rode them off the entry. Which is looking more effective in this race?
Neck and neck.
It's pretty neck and neck, Stan. It looks like it's going to be a close one all the way to the finish, so it'll be a battle of the techniques here.
Yeah, I was going to say Tideway Scullers and Tyne, very, very close indeed. And the next race has started, which is between Oxford Brookes and Cardiff University and Cardiff Metropolitan University Composite. But we'll stick for the time being with the close race between Tyne and Tideway Scullers.
And Bowman, Walters and Walters.
Which is the Walters, one must assume they're sisters. They're both called Walters from Tideway Scullers, and Clack and Bowman from Tyne. And again, very difficult to split them. I think the Walters sisters may still be hanging on. That looks about a length from here. Quite difficult to tell when the camera, you've got parallax coming in. But if we look at the booms either side of the course, I think Tideway Scullers have pretty much a length between themselves.
Well, they've certainly got a higher rate going than the Tyne crew at the moment. You've got Tideway Scullers that are striking 33. You've got Tyne at 32. You can see it just pressing out to the finish area now, and you can see that Tideway Scullers are really getting on top of this race now.
I was going to say, I think Tideway, as you spoke there, the curse of the commentator, and how you spoke, Helen, Tideway Scullers decided to go for the finish. And they have, in fact, opened up. It's only half a length, though.
Ooh, it's still
it's only half a length.
Here.
Well, look at the booms and where they come to the booms. It's less than half a length. Tyne really pushing through. Tyne, I think Tyne may have got through. It's the last stroke's the one that matters, and it looks to me as though Tyne have cracked it through. They've got about 15 strokes to go.
Yeah, no, it's a really good push on that last 10 strokes there from the Tyne crew.
Oh, thank you.
Green and Brown and Vauxhall Brooks.
Where's the Cardiff ones?
Cardiff James and Barnes, 149.
Oh, brilliant.
So back with the race race 50 for the senior double sculls with Oxford Brookes, my old university, Stan, against Cardiff University and Cardiff.
All right, I'll try and find it. Okay.
So we've got Breen and Brown from your old university against James and Baines from Cardiff University. Lizzie, just going to be getting the results soon of that previous race. I'm afraid I'm not on board with this current race. What's the story so far, Helen?
So off the start, we had a strong start from Oxford Brookes, and they've now settled down to a striking of 34. With the composite crew of Cardiff University and Cardiff Met at 33. It's looking quite close here for the first quarter of the race.
Do you want me to do the Coxfors results? Will that fill things in?
Yeah, just hold on a sec.
Oh.
They dropped some paperwork in with the races right through to the end. Did we get a sheet of paper delivered recently?
No.
Right
No.
through to the end.
So meantime, this double sculls race between Green and Brown from Oxford Brookes and James and Baines from Cardiff University and Cardiff Metropolitan University. Still a very tight race. Oh, and there's been an incident in the race. Oh, we didn't spot that, did we, Helen? What happened is the composite crew from Cardiff University and Cardiff Met hit the booms, and the umpires actually stopped, or were one of them injured, and the Oxford Brookes crew, as you can see, just taken their rate round. You have to finish the race.
You have to feel for the composite crew. It looks it looks like quite a tangle with the booms.
Caught up on the booms, and once you get onto the booms, yes, obviously nothing physical. They just obviously went straight into the booms. Helen, you've got a little bit of experience at steering on this course. How hard is it to keep off the booms?
Oh, it can be a challenge. I guess today, looking at the conditions, it's a little bit more pleasant for the coxes and the steersmen than it would be on a normal Henley day.
And it's absolutely relentless, the programme here at Henley Women's Regatta. We've been going for 30 years, and it's terrific that we have to have, if you like, getting on races, time trials to see who can get into the main draw proper. And the last first round race, there's 8 first round races in senior double sculls in 2 blocks of 4, and race number 52, University of London against Leeds and York City, a composite. And they've just got a quarter of the way over the course.
I have to correct you, Stan. There's like Bath double there, and they're striking 33, and the opposite crew is Isle of Ely.
You're absolutely right, Helen. My apologies there. I was looking at the next race when I shouldn't be looking. I should be looking at this race, which we got Stoke and Brogler from Bath, and we've got Marnia and Thompson from the Isle of Ely. And again, another tight race. It's really good the way the racing, it used to be on a Friday at Women's Henley, that there weren't a lot of tight races, and you had to wait till the Saturday for some tight races. But actually, I think we've only had about 2 easily verdicts all day today, and here we have another tight race.
Yeah, the first race was half a length. That very first one, that Tyne.
Ah, right, okay, indeed, yes, Tyne and Tideway Scullers ended up being half a length. The University Cardiff Met were really challenging Oxford Brookes, but then they hit the booms. But here we have Bath, Stoker and Brogler, and Isle of Ely, Marnier and Thompson. And again, there's only half a length in it between these two crews. Bath University just slightly out in front at the moment with that half-length lead as they pass the area, the boating area, well into, or coming into the second half of the race now. And no, not a huge difference in technique on this one, Helen, and nor is there a huge difference between the crews.
And I can say also, it's actually the rates that they're striking at the moment is pretty even on the 34 apiece.
And now we have got that race I tried to talk about earlier on the course, Leeds and York against University of London. But let's stick for the time being between this other close race between Bath University and the Isle of Ely. This is really tight. They're getting towards now about a minute and a half from the finish, and it's almost difficult to tell which crew's in front. I would say they're pretty much maybe just a few foot still to the Isle of Ely.
I guess here's the decision making by each crew. Who's going to take it on? Who's going to really push away? And who's going to take it on and lead away? It looks like Bath have got a little bit more aggressive on that front half of the straight now.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Ely came up and asked the questions, and then Bath just looked at them and said, "Thank you very much, good night," squeezed on with their legs and pushed away. But I'm not sure it's a definitive one. Maybe they haven't got the legs to keep at it. It still looks like anybody's race.
Most definitely, it's that. They're looking like it's Bath is at 35 and a half, and you've got Isle of Ely at 34. And it's a case of now is who's going to hold on and push on through to the finish line here.
Well, I was going to say the chairman's enclosure is on the lawn of the Remenham Club, and they've really seen some excellent racing this afternoon, as indeed of all those of you that have tuned in via the website to watch Henley Women's Regatta's live streaming. If you missed any of the results, then they are available online. We'll do our best to keep you up to date with that, but there's so much close racing, it's quite tough to keep up.
Top right's close.
And I think we have the next race on the course.
This is University of London, Emily Wilkes and Catherine Ador.
So Helen, just gone past us is the next race.
Yeah.
Have you caught up with it yet?
We've just been looking at it. It was a strong start from both crews, but I would say that the Leeds and York City composite have taken it to University of London on the first quarter of this race, and we're looking at the Leeds and York composites. They're at striking 37 and University of London at 36 at this stage. Stan, I think you can give a bit more info on the name checks. Whoops.
Leeds and York City.
Yes, it's got Georgina Brayshaw and Lucy Edmonds are the Leeds and York City double.
And Wilkes
and we got Wilson Adolf from the University of London. But again, as we look down, maybe just a length in it now.